And talking about CAF, I saw a comment. I'm sure you've seen the news that FIFA has opened disciplinary proceedings against South Africa. So someone commented, whether you don't see this news, you're talking about the 3 points will not be deducted and stuff like that. But it hasn't been deducted yet. But for the fact that disciplinary proceedings has been opened, we don't know what the outcome will be. South Africa still got to respond, but I mean, where does this lead to? So do you eventually now see the point being deducted?
The pastor, the rascal, because that's the word I'll use for him now. The rascal that was tagging me on those things.
Because not people want to see you get wrong or something, something like that.
That's the thing.
But I think you were right though when you mentioned that Lesotho didn't file a complaint in the allocated time. So they did not.
You know the funny thing? What I now notice with people, and it is ridiculous. It's shameful. I went to check the guy's bio, and it's all those guys that claim to be men of God. I was like, man, this is the reason why I don't go to church. This is the foolish reason. People like this are the reason why I will never go to church, because church is filled with dumb brain. You look at the whole of that analysis. You first wrote an epistle. I kept quiet. I don't know, like, what's this guy saying? That other people have the right, that other people will protest, irrespective. No. What has happened? If people need the hear word, but acting like na them the year pass, you go think say they get sense, but sense no dey. Say it's not, you're not correct when you're allowed. Let me break it down for you. Go back to the beginning, because this conversation have sequence, and this sequence started since 2023. Go back to the beginning. I said, and I will repeat myself on that politics will be played. Now, what people don't understand with this whole politics, and I've been right since 2023 on this matter. When Nigeria played Shehu Abdullahi against Cameroon, the verdict was immediate.
Yeah.
Can't you see that politics have already been played to wait to a point where South Africa have their destiny in their hand now? Imagine if they had deducted 3 points from South Africa before we went to South Africa.
And it takes it away from them.
Do you know that we would have played, I mean, our players are not good, but we would have seen the incentive, the motivation to play to win. But South Africa have played to the point where their last 2 games will be played at home. It is not even a battle between Nigeria and South Africa anymore. It's a battle between Benin Republic and South Africa.
Because even Raw is even angry why it's been delayed up to this point.
Good. So now they have opened proceedings. This opening of proceedings might be like Man City's 15 can charges and Everton's 10 can charges. We might get to October and the decision have not been made, pending whether South Africa wins their game and guarantee their place, and at that point is deducted and it is invalid. Like, it don't mean anything to anybody. If you listen to the lady, the South African lady, where is the administrator of the F1, somebody from South African FA1, Mokoena, something like that, that was speaking on the matter. She said it doesn't matter to them in SAFA. It does not matter to them. What matters to them is getting those 6 points that are remaining. And who are they playing for the remaining 2 games?
They don't even need 6. I think 4 or
no, but she's saying, like, from the deduction, if they deduct that 3 points, so all they need is win our remaining 2 games, and it is inconsequential whether they deduct them points or not. So that guy that is acting like, oh, I want to fall your hand, sense not just in your head. You need it. You don't, like, people look but they don't see. Where has it been that in this type of case they delay? They never even start the conversation. No, they're just opening proceedings. They not open a caveat there that South Africa should come and defend themselves. You don't understand that South Africa should come and defend themselves. So South Africa can just hold down a bit and say, let's see what our first game does. If they win their first game in the game of 2 in October next month, they won't play draw for the other one. Whether you deduct their points, it doesn't matter to them, because there's nothing that can change anymore. Nigeria is not going to play them again. What's it called? Nothing bothers them anymore. But when you say this thing, people forget there are different ways of watching football. The way a coach Ayere, for instance, will watch a game as a coach is different from how me as an analyst will watch the game. It's different from how a reporter will watch the game. It's different from how a footballer who's involved in the game will watch the game. It's also different from how a fan will watch the game. Now, fans wanting me, an analyst with 21 years experience in the bag, that's not something to joke. If you are a pastor, you have 21 years, you've become a reverend. Sure, they start giving you bishop or archbishop already. If you are a lecturer in university, you have 21 years and you write all your exams, professor don't they come inside the matter. it's only in this space where everybody think they know your job and they want to question everything you say, even if the thing is coming true. If what you're saying, name one person in this industry that is as bold as I am in the last 20 years to say things the way I've said it. Nobody. So if you are not sitting, let's say from now till the day I put I take my last breath, every prediction, every analysis I make is wrong. Have I not earned enough right to say, you know what, I don't care whether I'm right or I'm wrong? But there is just this stupid circle of people who think their job is to find the fault of Idafe. Oh, Idafe cannot. You're not doing me anything. You're practically not doing me anything. You're just showing the ineptitude of your person, not me. Right? I said South Africa, this group, what's 2023, July 13th or so. I said this group will be Nigeria's toughest group in the World Cup qualifying series. We might not qualify. Yeah, this might be our toughest group. And then subsequently, I said things like South Africa might have that edge politically.
Yeah.
A South African is the CAF president. I also make a clear caveat there. I am not saying that Patrice Motsepe would
do anything
about it. I gave examples. If you see my child on the road as against other people and you're driving, who will you pick? Yeah. Naturally pick if you have only one seat? You said my child. That's the way it will happen. So those small edge. Now, it has not happened in any of the games that we play both legs. We were the one that didn't play well. But you can see the edges that they already have. When Zimbabwe wanted to play us their home game, they played in Ivory Coast, right? We went to Ivory Coast to go play them and drew 1-1. Why are they playing all their remaining matches in South Africa? Why can't they play in Angola or Zambia? Are they not also close? As Zimbabwe is playing in South Africa, Lesotho is playing in South Africa. Is that not already the politics that is happening? That I said, okay, getting past that. You played a game like 3 match days ago. You failed the wrong player. After that time, Lesotho refused to protest. In the first place, that's supposed to be straight up protest immediately after the match. They refused to protest. They wait till everybody's making a... This FIFA opening proceedings is just because of the noise. They are not trying to say, okay, let's safeguard the integrity of the game. But opening it so late to also leave a little more to be desired. The people getting excited that, oh, this one means that. Some people say because Eritrea withdrew means Nigeria will qualify. Some people say this opening of proceedings. Like sometimes when you look at people saying this, it's like, you're not looking at the real problem. The real problem is your team is not playing well. You've played 4 games at home. You've won only 1. The others are draw. Which team going to the World Cup? Even Uzbekistan. The Venezuela that Bolivia is not taking advantage of that, their high altitude to usurp in the World Cup qualifiers. They don't have that kind of bad result. Our result in the qualifiers is terribly poor. That's where you should focus on. But you're looking for Idafe that you want to prove wrong. You're looking for Emmanuel that you want to criticize. No. Okay. Let me be wrong. Let them be right. They've opened proceedings. If South Africa win their remaining 2 games, what does the proceedings do?
It doesn't do anything. And
for Nigeria,
as Super Eagles, we also don't win our games.
Super Eagles go in their normal way of drawing 1 and winning 1 under Eric Chell? Where does that take us to? We are in 11 points now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we get 4 points in the next one. Where do we end? 15 points. Please, does it even take us to second?
Doesn't. So that's the crux of the can the Super Eagles win their final 2 games? I think no one should focus on the point
at
deduction
17,
as well.
Where does it take us to? Because 17 does not put us on top of our group. All the other teams, there are teams that are already in 18 for second. Yeah. 18, the maximum we can get is 17. Okay now.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one. We don't know what will come up by the end of the proceedings, but it has been opened. FIFA has opened a disciplinary proceedings against South Africa for fielding an ineligible player in Mokoena. So we hope how that one is going to pan out.
Now, you want Nigeria to qualify for
no, I want them. I want them to. We'll keep our fingers crossed.